Remember, the world's oldest known joke is about flatulence. So fart jokes have truly stood the test of time.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the average lifespan of a sperm cell in the female reproductive tract is about 5 days. So it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term penis comes from the Latin word for tail, which is fitting, considering its role in reproduction.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term fellatio comes from the Latin word fellere, which means to suck. So, that's pretty straightforward.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the average human produces about a quart of saliva a day, so there's plenty to work with.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term pornography comes from the Greek words for prostitute and to write. So it's like a visual story with a happy ending.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the G-spot is named after German gynecologist Ernst Grafenberg, but its existence is still debated.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term kicktail originally referred to our horse's tail, but now it's something you might enjoy after a night out.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the clitoris has over 8,000 nerve endings, which is more than anywhere else in the body, so it's like a tiny pleasure powerhouse.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the longest penis on record is 13.5 inches, but it's not all about length.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the world's oldest known sex toy is a 28,000-year-old stone phallus found in Germany. So it seems people have always been inventive.
Until we meet again!
Remember, studies suggest that people who have more sex tend to earn more money, so maybe it's time to renegotiate your salary.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term blowjob originated in the 1940s, but the job market has changed a lot since then.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term fellatio comes from the Latin word for to suck, which is pretty self-explanatory.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the average speed of ejaculation is about 28 miles per hour, so watch out for speed limits.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the word sex was reportedly said only once in the entire original Star Wars trilogy.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term foreplay was first used in the 17th century to describe the action of playing before a main event. So it's always good to warm up.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term kinky originally meant cunning or clever. So it's all about perspective.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term phallic symbol refers to objects that resemble the male genitals. But let's not read too much into it.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the clitoris has twice as many nerve endings as the penis, which just goes to show that size isn't everything.
Until we meet again!
Remember, dildo is derived from the Italian word diletto, which means delight. So it's safe to say they were on to something.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the average person spends about 2 weeks of their life kissing.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term sexual intercourse comes from the Latin words for joined and course. So it's like a really intimate race.
Until we meet again!
Remember, the term ménage à trois is French for household of 3. But it's probably not what your landlord had in mind.
Until we meet again!